breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Democrats blame POTUS for shutdown. Trump unleashes Schumer's worst nightmare. At midnight on Friday, the government was sent into a temporary shutdown after the Senate failed to approve a short-term spending bill. Democrats have blamed President Donald Trump for the shutdown, saying he has refused to bargain with them. However, no sooner had the left begun hurling their baseless accusations at POTUS, Eric Trump came forward to unleash Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's absolute worst nightmare. Republican senators needed 60 votes on Friday to move forward with a bill that would have funded the government for 30 days, but they came up short. Of course, the Democrats have remained adamant that the resulting shutdown is the fault of the Republicans who refused to bargain with them on the issue of illegal immigration. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer blamed President Trump outright, saying, "He's turned blowing up bipartisan agreements into an art form." Schumer added, "Negotiating with President Trump is like negotiating with Jell-O." Senate Minority Leader Senator Chuck Schumer, DNY, speaks during a news conference on January 20, 2018, on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., after the government was shut down when the Senate failed to pass a resolution to temporarily fund the government through February 16. Photo credit, Alex Wong, Getty Images News, Getty Images. Of course, this is far from the truth. The Democrats are the ones who chose illegal immigrants over the American citizens they are supposed to represent. The Democrats have opted for a government shutdown, rather than a compromise, in order to further their own agenda. In reality, the Democrats chose politics over Americans. During the hours leading up to the government shutdown, President Donald Trump invited Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer, DNY, to the White House to negotiate the outline of a deal, which both sides believed was in reach. After several more conversations during the day, the deal fell apart and the Senate failed to pass a measure to keep the government funded. During the meeting, in exchange for strong, deferred action for childhood arrivals, protections, "I reluctantly put the border wall on the table for the discussion," Schumer said from the Senate floor. Even that was not enough to entice the president to finish the deal. Source, ABC News. One person who has heard enough of the nonsense coming from the left is the president's son, Eric Trump, who called into Judge Jeanine Pirro's show on Fox News on Saturday to weigh in on the government shutdown. "People see through it," Eric said. "I mean, people have seen a year that's incredible. It's been filled with nothing but the best for our country, America First policies, and they're happy with where we are as a nation," he added. "I mean, my father has had incredible momentum," he went on. "He has gotten more done in 1 year than arguably any president in history. How do they divert from that message? How do they save their own party when they don't have any leadership, they don't have any good candidates out there, they don't have a message of their own? How do they do that? They obstruct, they distract, they try and place blame. Indeed, the Democratic Party is imploding because they have no leadership, no potential, and no message. They have seemingly made it their sole purpose to obstruct President Donald Trump, and that is not a purpose at all. The Democrats have proven one thing above all else with this senseless government shutdown, namely, that their party is a total joke. They ought to just start preparing themselves now for another staggering loss not only in 2020 but in this year's midterms as well, because with each one of these boneheaded political stunts, their chances of winning back the White House or even a congressional seat become slimmer and slimmer and slimmer.